Okay, man, this is UGFA, man. You know, y'all like the reenactors, so I'm bringing them to y'all, man. And the Hassan Campbell guy, he fell off the same tree as this savage dude right here. But this is Afrika and Bambaataa, as y'all can see, man. You know, the head of the Zulu Nation, the Planet Rock, the looking for the perfect beat. You know that guy. You know what I mean. So he has been having allegations of molestation from young guys that was trying to get in where they fit in at. So I'm gonna let this dude tell his story. You know what I mean. And it's kind of deep, but I'd like you guys to hit the subscribe buttons and join the station, man. And we gonna be the judge. We gonna call this be the judge, man. You know what I mean? True, fake, Memorex, or what is it? But too many people said it. So you got Hassan Campbell state these allegations, and you got this other guy right here that I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. And the whole thing about it is, we heard of a lot of women rape victims, but we never heard of man rape victims. So just me by just looking at the percentage of that, I feel that it's a lot of truth going on with it, but it's a lot of details to it, and molestation don't have to be penetration for it to be molestation. So you be the judge. We popping into it. Afrika Bambaataa.
Of the Universal Zulu Nation. He's done tons of records, like Planet Rock, Looking for the Perfect Beat. I met them when I was around 14. When I was in the ninth grade, I was cut in one day.
So here's the man right here that has the allegation. He's along with Hassan Campbell. I'm gonna give you guys some footage of Hassan Campbell and a little bit of his footage if we have time. But I want you guys to hit the subscribe buttons and tell a friend and hit the thumbs up. You chuck your hoods up and let's get this stuff started, man.
And I had called Afrika Bambaataa, and because I didn't have nowhere to go, so I went up to his house. He paid the cab, and I was in the living room. Another gentleman was there, and it looked like they was DJing. And Bam told me that I could go into his bedroom because the TV was on. So I went to the bedroom, and I was in there, and I say I was in the bedroom no more than 3-4 minutes, and Bam took out his penis, and he started jerking it, and he told me that for me to take mine out, and at that time I didn't really understand what jerking was, so he was telling me, oh, that everybody does it. He unzipped my pants, and he took it out, and he started jerking it, and then he put my hand on it and then started making me jerk it. Then he left the room, and the guy that was in the living room, he came into the room, and when he came into the room, his thing was already out, and I got up off the bed and I left. Another time, Bam came to my house. The thing that really stayed in my mind and really freaked me out is I had to lay on the bed and I had to cross my legs, and he would put his penis in between my legs and then pump up and down. And I remember at the time I had this big guy like on me, and from that time I bugged out. I'm not gonna lie, like it confused me, like, cause I had never had sex before in my life. No one's never touched me like that, and to be touched, my first time being touched was by a man. During the course of growing up, I told like my close friends what happened to me because at that time I didn't know who to trust. You know, I didn't feel safe because they all used to come to my house, like the Zulu Nation Council and BAM. So I didn't know who to turn to. I didn't know who to trust. I didn't know if I told was something gonna happen to me, was something gonna happen to my sister, to my mother, you know. So I just held it in. I used to keep it bottled up. And during the course with my girlfriends and stuff like that, their thing was that I didn't know how to show affection. So I used to blame myself for that because I didn't know how to show affection. And when I'm having sex, it would stay hard and then go back down because while I'm having sex, I would think about Bambaataa. And then it would go down. And, you know, that's the things that the girlfriends didn't like. And I blame myself for that. And I try to commit suicide about that because I was always wishing that didn't happen to me, and I always was wondering if that didn't happen to me, like, would I be able to perform the right way? For the time after that, I found myself just not trusting people, especially when I got in cars, like with my other guy friends. It was on my mind was, are they going to do this too? And I swear to God, that still stays with me now. I'm not looking for any compensation from Afrika Bambaataa. That's not what this is about. I never asked them for money. I never was seeking money from them. The only thing I wanted was for this man to answer my question, why me? You know, that's
his part of his story, man, that he had to say. So, you know, that's what that's going to be. And then I'm going to get into to Hassan Campbell's story and his allegations. And, you know, I'm not too sure on what happened, what the conclusion was is from this situation, what it was or not. But I'm pretty sure that it might have been brushed up under the rug. But at the same time, though, it got to be some truth with that. Okay, like I said, this is Hassan Campbell with his allegations, you know what I mean? So people don't know what rock that Hassan came up from up under. He came up under this Afrika Bambaataa rock. And, you know what I mean? He stated his facts. You had other boys state his facts. Now, this is what he seen.
Right? In the room that we was in, there was actually weights in there. So me and one of my close brothers that's locked up right now, we was lifting weights, and he came in the room with a Polaroid camera, and he was on some old, oh, take your shirt off, let me see your muscles. And we flexing our muscles because you got to keep in mind, we was like 11, 12 years old at the time, flexing our muscles. Like, yeah, seeing who got the biggest muscles, and he's gassing us up. So then when he walked out of the room, we looked at each other and was like, yo, you seen that episode of Different Strokes with Arnold and Dudley when he was in the store with the guy and he was trying to get them to take their shirts off? And in the episode, Arnold left and Dudley was still there, and and the guy got Dudley, and then the police came and saved them. So that was one of the things that came to me like, but you will never see Afrika Bambaataa ever, especially in the early days without kids around him. That's all he kept was preteens.
How did you get through that time in your life, and how did you not kill this dude?
Is the thing that I kept trying to explain to people growing up was like, for one, I was broken in, being molested before I even came around him, so it was a normal to me. And Ron Trevor was so dangerous.
Now you heard what he said. So he was innocent, and people had already been violating him, and then he got more exposed to this shit when he got in the presence of Bambaataa. So basically, Bambaataa was an eye-opener to him that this stuff can't be right and this stuff is wrong. So he started seeing another thing. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? You don't hear the cry of a man that's been molested like you hear the cry of a woman that's been molested. So these stories need to be looked into in some type of way. And these people that went through these things, they also need some help. So this man right here is crying for help. Just like I said in my later videos about other people, they was crying for help, the Bobby Hills and all these other people like that. So when these people are reaching out like this, they're reaching out for help, but nobody's hearing their cry. And the only thing that people know how to do that's full of hate is dish out what they've been given. You know what I mean? So if you ever been loved, then you know how to love. If you ain't never been loved, you don't know how to love. So they just dishing out what they've been receiving. And that's hatred. So here we go.
And me not having my father around, then living in the house with an abusive mother, because my mother was like off the hook. I love my mother. She wasn't I wouldn't say she was a bad mother, but parents in general, in them times, just dished out ass whippings. Don't do what I say. Don't, do what I say. Don't say what I do. Whip your ass, So Bam's house was like an escape. You go to the store, you trying to go to the store, you got grown-ass men trying to shoot you, trying to take your little cigarette money or bread and milk money going to the store. So it was like, I also went to Bam for like protection because I didn't have nobody to protect me. My father wasn't there. And Bronx River was dangerous. So Bam would take advantage of the environment that we was living in, having broken homes, not having single parents. Some of the parents was on drugs, which my mother wasn't on drugs at all.
Now, like I was speaking of, you can only dish out what you have been received. So Bambaataa had already got a chance and an opportunity to sit in this seat that I spoke to you guys about, that they give you the opportunity to sit in. Okay? So once he had already sat in the seat, now he holds the throne to the hip-hop culture, the hip-hop world, so he's the gatekeeper to that rim, okay? So by him being the gatekeeper of that rim, then you're going to abide by all the rules necessary to fit in and get in where you fit in at. So this is how the industry exploits not only the kids, but the forefathers of the people that sat the chair. Here we go. We back in here.
A lot of the parents was on drugs. This man, you got to keep in mind, this man was rich, and he stayed in the hood.
Turned into you, like rebelling and eventually getting into trouble yourself?
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. Not just me. Like, so you got to understand, a lot of people got to understand that, as I got older and spoke to other people that was violated by this man and part of his little crazy ass cult, I started to realize, like, this dude thought that he was getting the fountain of youth from drinking the semen of little boys. That was his aim and goal, jerking them off and pulling on them and
Now that right there. Okay, we back, man. Got the parts on the video. Here we go.
Will make a few things happen. I'm like, man, y'all can't make nothing happen to me. I keep trying to tell you, I fool with a dude from the street. We shoot our own movies. Matter of fact, we finna go shoot. I think we was just about to start shooting Foolish or something.
1,000 parts on that, man. I had to find some more footage, man. You know what I mean? But we got Afrika Bambaataa here on Heckle TV. Talking and stuff, but Lord Jamal got something he want to add to it, so we're gonna salute Lord Jamal, and we're gonna dig back into where we left off at before we were rudely interrupted by our sponsors and our advertisers.
Or Jamar on Vlad TV Live. One of the other things that he said is that homosexuality has no part of hip hop.
Within hip-hop, within our parameters, to keep this hip-hop shit strong, we don't fucking wear skirts. We don't fucking ride around trying to get our dicks up from fucking transvestites and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, that's the shit that weakens hip-hop. You know what I mean? Like, you can be gay in your own private life if that's what you want to do. Just don't bring it into hip-hop. That's all I'm saying. Like, I'm not hating on the gays. I'm not homophobic. I don't have the mental disease.
Well, you got all type of people out there with all type of things, whether they be gay, straight, or whatever's out there, and they do their different style.
Why would a man say you did what you did, and why you got these big ass glasses on in this video? Because we all know, but that you know what we know, and we all know that the eyes are the windows to your soul. So why are you hiding the windows so we can see what's really going on? You ain't easy. Take off them lokes.
Whatever they doing on the planet. So you don't know what styles of hip hop or what people are doing. Whatever they do behind a closed door, that's to each and all of them. So I couldn't say what that's the saying, like, that ain't got nothing to do with Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Ain't got nothing to do with whatever politician or whatever's happening out there. So we cannot say who's what and who's what.
Okay, I mean, as one of
the question is why is everybody saying you did what you did? You know what I mean? They said you was trying to stick your zoom, and they zoom, and then do the wom. And what you got to say about that? Mr. Bambaataa.
of hip hop, do you see it like an outwardly gay rapper coming out and being accepted by the hip hop community?
I couldn't even say. You have to look online to all that to see who's a gay rapper, who said that they a gay rapper and out there rapping whatever they rapping to. One there.
Well, what do you consider yourself to be? Straight? Curious? Try or buy? I'm going to let y'all be the judge. It's a story. I let them tell it. That's my conclusion. That's me already in action on this situation. Salute to all. Subscribe to the station. And we out. Peace.
Up to his neck. Them glasses on, that